Chapter 1. The Dream of Learning While You Sleep. Have you ever seen an advertisement on the internet? An advertisement that promises something amazing, something like learn English fast. Just listen while you sleep. It sounds like a wonderful dream. Imagine going to bed, putting on your headphones, and waking up the morning with new English words in your brain. It seems too good to be true. This idea is often called sleep learning. The idea is that your brain can listen to information while you are sleeping, and you can learn without any effort. Many people want to believe this is possible. Our lives are very busy. We have work, school, family, chores. It can be difficult to find time to study a new language. So, the idea of learning while we sleep is very effective, attractive. It feels like a magic shortcut. What? Here is the important question. Does it really work? Can you really become fluent in English just while listening to audio files at night? Scientists have studied this question for many years. They have studied that the brain during sleep. They have done many experiments, and the answer in the end is quite simple. The answer is no. You cannot learn a new language like English while you are sleeping. This might be disappointing news for some people. It is sad to know that the magic shortcut is not real. But this is also good news. It is good news because now you can stop looking for magic tricks. Now you can focus on the real methods that truly work. Learning a language is not a magic trick. It is a journey. It is a process. It requires effort, time, and dedication. What this journey is also very rewarding. The feeling of understanding a movie in English or having a conversation with a new friend from another country is a much better feeling than any magic trick can give you. So, in this book, we are going to talk about the real path of learning English. We will forget about the dream of sleep learning and we will focus on the real, effective, and enjoyable ways to learn. This is not a story about shortcuts. This is the story about building real skills. Step by step, it is the story of how you can truly learn English. Chapter 2. The Real Secret. Active learning versus passive learning. To understand why sleep learning doesn't work, we need to understand two very important ideas: active learning and passive learning. These two ideas are the key to understanding how our brains learn a language. What is passive learning? Passive learning is when you receive information without doing anything with it. Your brain is not working hard. It is like sitting in a car and looking out the window. You see many things, but you are not driving the car. Examples of passive learning include listening to an English podcast while you are doing something else, like cooking or cleaning, watching an English movie with subtitles in your own language, having an English TV show on the background while you look at your phone. In these situations, your ears hear the English language, but your brain is not fully engaged. You are a passive observer. Passive learning is not completely unless it can help you get used to sounds and rhythm of English. It can make you feel more comfortable with the language, but it is enough to help you learn and remember new things effectively. Sleep learning is the most passive form of learning there is. Your brain is resting, not working. What is active learning? Active learning is the opposite. Active learning is when your brain is working hard. You are engaged with the material. You are thinking, doing. and using the language. It is like driving the car, not just sitting in it. You have to pay attention to the road, use the steering wheel, and make decisions. Examples of active learning include listening to an English podcast and trying to while down the main ideas, watching an English movie with English subtitle and pausing to look up new words, speaking English with a language partner, writing a short paragraph in your English journal, doing a grammar exercise or vocabulary quiz. In these situations, you are not just receiving information, you are interacting with it. You are using your brain to understand, remember, and produce the language. Why is active learning is important? Active learning is the real secret of to making process in English. When you are active, you are telling your brain this information is important. You need to remember this. Your brain then works to create strong connections. These strong connections are what we call memory. Memory. Think about learning to ride a bicycle. Can you learn to ride a bicycle just by watching videos of other people riding? Number. No, it's impossible. You have to get on the bicycle yourself. You have to try to pedal. You will probably fall down a few times, but every time you try, every time you practice, your brain and your body learn. You are learning actively. Learning English is the same. You cannot become fluent just by passively listening. You must actively practice participating in the process. You must try to speak even if you make mistakes. You must try to write even if your sentences are not perfect. You must try to understand even if it is difficult. The rest of this book will focus on active learning methods. We will give you many simple and practical ways to engage with the English language every day. Remember, the goal is not to find the easiest way to learn. The goal is to find the most effective way to learn. And the most effective way is always active. Chapter 3. Building your listening skills actively. We know that listening is the foundation of language learning. What? Just hearing English is not enough. We need to practice active listening. Active listening means you are paying full attention and trying to understand the message. Let's explore some active listening techniques that you can start using today. Technique 1. Focused listening. This is the opposite of having English on the background. For this technique, you need to find a quiet place where you will not be distracted. Put your phone away, close other tabs on your computer. Your only job for the next 10 or to 15 minutes is to listen. Choose a short audio clip. It can be from a podcast for English learners, a short news story, or even a scene from a TV show. The audio should be at your level or just a little bit difficult. First, listening. Listen to the entire audio clip one time. Don't stop. Just try to understand the general topic or the main idea. What is it about? Who is speaking? What is the mood? Second, listening. Listen again. This time you can pause the audio. Try to understand more details. It, if there is a word you don't know, what you think it is possible, it is important. Write it down. Third, listening. Listening one more time. Now that you know the main idea of some of the details, see how much more you can understand. You will be surprised. This focused practice trains your brain to pay attention and to find meaning, even when you don't understand every word. Technique 2. Listening with a purpose. Another way to be an active listener is to give yourself a task to do while you listen. This gives you a reason to listen carefully. Here are some simple tasks you can do. Listen for specific information. Before you listen, ask yourself a question. For example, if you are listening to a weather report, your question could be, what will be the temperature be tomorrow? Then you listen carefully just for the answer to that question. Listening and write down keywords. Listen to a short audio clip and write down the 5 most important words you hear. This focuses you to identify the key values and vocabulary. Listen and summarize. After you listen to a story or a short talk, try to say or write a one sentence summary. For example, this audio was about a man who wanted to buy a car. When you listen with the purpose, you are not just a passive receiver of sound. You are an active researcher, searcher for information. Technique 3. Using transcripts. A transcript is the written text of an audio recording. Many podcasts and videos for English learners provide a transcript. This is an incredibly powerful tool for active listening. Here's is a great method to use with transcripts. Listen with first out the text. Try to understand as much as you can. Listen again while reading the transcript. This is where you can connect the sound you hear with the words you see. You can see the spelling of new words and how sentences are formed. Read the transcript out loud. Now you can practice your own pronunciation. Try to copy the intonation and rhythm of the native speaker. Listen one last time without the text. You will be amazed at how much clearer the audio sounds now. This process turns a simple listening exercise into a powerful lesson that includes reading and speaking practice as well. Remember, active listening is a skill. It requires more effort than passive listening, but the results are much better. While practicing these techniques, you are not just hearing English, you are truly learning to understand it. This is a real step on your journey to fluency.